I had a user write in and say that she had a hard time hearing un petit peu déçu right here. That is because French people almost will never pronounce petit. They'll say ti. So instead of un petit peu déçu, she's going to say un petit peu déçu. So listen for un petit peu, un petit peu. If you wanted to pronounce that, you would close your mouth after the un as if you were going to make a P sound, but don't make it. Instead, you just go right to the T sound. So ti, un petit, un petit peu, un petit peu. Let's listen to that. I'm going to play from this bain right to déçu. Let's listen to that.
J'étais un petit peu déçue. 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 J'étais un petit peu déçue.
And here is another example to help you. This is from the beekeeper interview. See right here in this first line of track 3, she's saying un petit peu. Let's listen to that.
Comment ces abeilles font ce miel, le b.a.-ba de la fabrication. Alors vous pouvez nous rappeler un petit peu comment ces abeilles font ce miel, le b. Alors vous pouvez nous rappeler un petit peu comment ces abeilles. Alors vous pouvez nous rappeler un petit peu comment ces abeilles font ce. Alors vous pouvez nous.
Now in that one, she is lengthening out the because she has a hesitation in her voice in her question. So you'll hear let's listen again.
Vous rappeler un petit peu comment ces abeilles font ce. Alors vous pouvez nous rappeler un petit peu comment ces abeilles font ce. Alors vous pouvez nous rappeler un petit peu comment.
So two examples to prove what I just told you is that the French will rarely pronounce the p of petit. They'll often say ti. So un petit peu. Let's think of another example for petit. A small boy, un petit garçon, un petit garçon. They're not going to say un petit garçon or rarely. So what you have now is you have an example. This is another example of the two things you need in order to understand something in spoken French. First of all, you need to be aware of it already. You need to already know that the French might say that. So if you had read a novel, you would come across un petit peu and you would know, oh, that's something French people say. That would help you. But then you have to have also heard how it really sounds in real life, because knowing that they say un petit peu doesn't perhaps prepare you to hear the sound pattern un petit peu. So this is just a sound pattern. If you don't already know what they're saying, all you hear is a sound pattern that you've never heard before, un petit peu, un petit peu. It's too quick, you don't know what it is, but now you know what it is. So you have to have the experience of knowing that they say that so that you can be prepared to catch it, and then knowing the sound pattern. So I think of these sound patterns because this is an example of a sound pattern. It's a group of words that you have to hear as a whole. I think of these sound patterns as being like objects in your mental library of sound patterns that you know. So you kind of have to already have this group of sounds, this pattern that comes real quick together. That has to already be somewhere in your head. You have to have already heard it. So then when you hear it in spoken French, no problem. I know what it means. I don't even have to think about it. You will actually hear the p, even though they don't actually pronounce it. That's part of the magic of this listening, this difference between our intellectual idea of what was said and what was really said. Our brain kind of fills in the blanks and fills in the missing syllables when we just get used to how things are said. Hopefully that all made sense to you. Have a nice day.